All right, we are back live over on YouTube. It looks like I am still live everywhere else. Not really sure what happened there. We're going to go ahead and pull back up the starting lineup here for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1. Sorry, I think I just said heat race number 2 earlier. It is going to be the number 20 of Justin White. Outside of him, it's going to be the 12 of Ty. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Fisher with Robbie Milburn in a 4th. Inside row number 3, it's going to be Daryl Bass. Outside of him, it's going to be Bowers. Starting in that number 7 spot inside row number 4, it's going to be Tyson Banks with Curtis Griffin starting outside of him. Derek Dryman going to start inside row number 5 with McManus in that number 10 spot. Brett Caudill going to start in that number 11 position with Joel Smith in 12th. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be Riley Knoll. If you guys are rejoining me over on YouTube, sorry about that. Sorry about that. As these guys go into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Justin White going to get on the gas as they come down the front straightaway, looking for turn number 1 and 2. Here comes the 17 of Levi Fisher down on the bottom side as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Fisher going to roll the bottom through turn number 3 and 4. Looks like he might lead lap number 1, but Justin White fights back on the outside, but it's going to be Fisher at the line into 1 and 2. Fisher going to send it into turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes White down the bottom into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to slide up the track. Fisher in the wall. That's going to cost him. It might cost him more as Ty looks up underneath him, not able to capitalize. Ty back to 3rd. Fisher going to go back to work on our leader as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail for the top 3. Let's go take a look at the transfer spot. Right now it is Ethan Bowers. Bowers up the track. Here comes Smith down low as Dryman is sideways out of turn number 4. Joel Smith looking to the bottom side as they come out of turn at number 2. He's going to lose the spot. Here comes McManus in that number 92, all over the back of the 00. Bowers out of turn at number 4, down the front straightaway. Drag race for that final transfer spot into turn number 1 and 2. Now they're going to ride the wall. That is horrible. I hate that about this track. As they come out of turn number 2, battle for that transfer spot. Oh, we got a battle for the lead up at the front. Let's move up there. They were almost 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Fisher down to the bottom. Fisher going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track, gets the lead. Here comes White back down low. White going to dive back down low as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Slides up into turn number 3 and 4. Back up to the top. Here comes Fisher with a big run down the front straightaway. 2 laps to go into 1 and 2. I'll tell you what, maybe we need more races without these big guys because this is looking good right now as they come out of turn number 2. Fisher looking for the lead, slides up the track, takes the lead in 3 and 4. Jumps the cushion, but here comes White back down low. Ty looking for a little bit of action in that number 12, shoves it down on the bottom. Here comes Fisher, rides the top, big run out of turn number 2. Rides the wall down through turn number 1 and 2. Big run. Oh, might have been contact between White and Fisher into turn number 3. White definitely had to get on the brakes. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Oh, that's the checkered. My bad. I was 1 lap off. Okay, my bad. Holy cow, that was wild. Fisher, White, Ty, Banks, Milburn, Bass, and Bowers going to the feature here tonight. Griffin missed it by 1 spot. What's up? What's up? Oh, I got to go refresh that. I see you, 21 Racing. I see you. I got to refresh my my chat for YouTube. Hold on 1 second. What's up, Jimbo? Appreciate it, Jimbo. Yeah, I had a little bit of malfunction there for a second. as we are getting ready for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight, it is going to be Jeffrey Hoyt. Outside of him, it is going to be Dylan DeMastro. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be Tyler Wood. Outside of him, it's going to be the 007 of Jacob Fields. Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be Bryce Young with Samuel Lawson outside of him. Starting inside number 4 here tonight is going to be Cameron Carrington. Outside of him, it's going to be Nicholas Eli. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be Josiah Johnson. Outside of him, it's going to be Drake Dryman. Starting inside row number 6, it's going to be Cody Rayson. Outside of him, it is going to be Jaden Anderson. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be none other than Trey Pasca? Am I saying that right? This is like the dirt version of Moon Car, right? If Moon Car had dirt, this is what it would be. Looking for the green flag as they come down the back straightaway. It is going to be side by side up at the front. Who's it going to be here in heat race number 2 as they come out of turn number 4? Green flag is out. Jeffrey going to get on the gas. Great jump by Tyler Wood down on the bottom side. He's going to grab second into turn number 1 and 2. Cut down by Dylan as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Side by side, Dylan slides up the track, able to keep it out of Wood. Looking for more as he's up underneath Jeffrey. He's going to have to lead at the line. I don't think he even expected to get that run out of turn number 4. Oh, yeah, definitely some great super speedway racing for sure. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Give that lead to Dylan all by himself as they're trying to take it 3 wide for the number 2 spot. Into 1 and 2. Big door out of the number 7 of Bryce Young. Bryce Young making ground down the back straightaway as Fields takes advantage up on the high side. Looking for third as we got a battle for the lead as Hoyt looks up underneath Dylan out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Hoyt down low. Dylan up high. Dylan with a great run out of turn number 1 and 2. Definitely looks top side of 1 and 2. I'm not really sure what it is in 3 and 4. I've seen so many good runs off the bottom. It could kind of be anywhere. It looked like somebody was aiming. Was it Bryce? Looked like Bryce was aiming for somebody in that number 7 machine. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Looked like Hoyt tried to run the bottom side. That's going to give a little bit of an edge to Fields as he jumps to the outside out of turn number 4. Stays on the gas. Here comes Nicholas Eli out of nowhere. 5 spots up into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to thread the needle with the slider. A little bit of contact out of turn number 2. Eli going to take the number 2 spot. What a move by Eli as they head through turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get 2 to go at the line. 2 laps to go at the line. Here comes Eli. Eli going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Grabs the wall. Dylan keeps it out of him. They touch again. Oh, Eli into the wall out of turn number 2. Eli, big contact with the wall out of turn number 2. He's going to lose the right front. He's going to the Consi as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Battle for the lead. White flag is out. Here comes Jeffrey Hoyt. Jeffrey's going to be hoping that Dylan has enough damage. Dylan's going to get the run out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Let's see if Hoyt keeps it on the bottom. Out of turn number 4. It's going to be single file. It's going to be Dylan with the win. Jeffrey Hoyt second. Fields in third. Anderson, Carrington, Samuel Lawson, and Tyler Wood going to the feature here tonight. Everybody else, well, they're going to the Consi. All right. Wow, that got exciting. That got way exciting. Nicholas Eli was fucking ripping. Well, we get to watch him another time here in the LCQ. Let's see if he can make it from the back because he is going to be starting deep in this one. 12 cars, 4 transfer through. It's going to be none other than Curtis Griffin starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ. I just realized I got the wrong shit up there. Let me go fix that. I had the little malfunction and I forgot to fix the Can I get enough in the chat for me slacking? All right, let's see. We are at Port Royal. All right, starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it is going to be Curtis Griffin. Outside of him, it's going to be Bryce Young. Starting inside of row number 2, it's going to be Jason McManus. Outside of him, it's going to be Cody Racing. Starting inside of row number 3 here tonight, it is going to be Joel Smith with Trey to his outside. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 83 machine, it's going to be Brett Caudill. Outside of him, it's going to be Josiah Johnson. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be Derek Dryman with Nicholas Eli to his outside. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the 6th and final row here in the LCQ, it's going to be Riley Knoll on the inside, Drake Dryman outside of him. I'll tell you what, guys, this is going to be a hell of a contest. Yes, ARCA is, that session is going to be loading up here in about 10 minutes, about 9-10 minutes. That session will open up if you guys are looking to run that, the ARCA Dirt. First 24 cars in there get the races. These guys come down the back straightaway. Going to be Curtis Griffin on the pole, Bryce Young outside of him. Top 4 going to transfer through. Almost thought about pushing the ARCA race out a little bit longer because I knew this race was Port Royal. It was going to take a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as Griffin gets a good start as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Bryce Young going to look to the high side. We got contact further back as somebody got into the 12th. Brett Caudill with contact. He's going to the back. Big wreck down the back straightaway. Brett Caudill in the 93 gets caught up. Dryman on his lid. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Yep, Brett's miking up as Bryce Young going to grab the wall in turn number 1 and 2. That's going to open the door for McManus as they head through turn number 3 and 4. McManus takes the spot, battle for the final transfer spot as Riley Knoll and Young make contact. Here comes the 12 of Trey. Into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Bryce Young. Right now it is Riley Knoll in that final transfer spot in the 07 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 3 laps complete. We got 7 laps to go as they come down the front straightaway. Knoll going to throw a slider into turn number 1 and 2. Cut down by McManus. So McManus not able to carry the pace as they come out of turn number 2, looking for turn number 3 and 4. McManus going to be on the bottom. Yo, what's up, Kenny? Down the front straightaway. It is going to be 4 laps complete. We got 6 laps to go. Oh, the 17 of Cody Racing going to get the wall a little bit as Curtis Griffin drives away in the B main as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes the 7 of Bryce Young. He has been a little wild here tonight. Will he make a dumb move to make his way in as they head into turn number 3 and 4? He's going to slide up the track. Here comes McManus looking down low out of turn number 2. Big stack up behind him. Nicholas Eli losing a ton of ground. I feel so bad for Nicholas. He had a fast car here tonight. He is out of it as it stands right now. But who knows what will happen as they got 4 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. McManus down low as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Battle for that transfer spot. McManus is out. Bryce Young is in as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Everyone is starting to close in on Griffin. 3 laps to go through 1 and 2. Griffin's going to roll the bottom side. I think Riley Knoll's going to get there as they're going to be 3 wide for third. Down the back straightaway. No, Bryce Young going to fall in line as they head through 3 and 4. Here comes Knoll to the lead out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. Riley Knoll to the lead, but Curtis Griffin is in. Oh my God, Racing going to get the wall in the number 17. That's going to cost them big time on the inside. What's up, Ryan? Down into turn and number 3 and 4. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Will desperation play a role here tonight? Will somebody make a crazy move back here for that final transfer spot? Cody's going to grab the wall. He's going to lose ground. He's going to be too far back to do anything. As they come through 3 and 4, Riley Knoll in the wall, but able to pull it out. Oh, what happened to Griffin? Griffin stops on the track. That's going to allow Racing in. It's going to be Knoll, McManus, Young, Racing going to the feature here tonight. What happened to Curtis Griffin as he pulls off in turn number 4 and does not make the feature? Oh, my God. Is he Mark Martin Jr.? Griffin, what did you do? Well, Griffin makes a mistake and does not finish. As we are going to get into tonight's main event. Let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight, it is going to be the number 17 of Levi Fisher. Outside of him, in the number 62 machine, it's going to be Dylan Del Mastro. Starting inside, row number 3 in the number 20W, it's going to be Justin White. Outside of him, in the number 10, it's going to be Jeffrey Hoyt. Starting inside, row number 3 in the number 12 machine, it's going to be Ty. Outside of him, in the 007, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Starting inside, row number 4 in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Outside of him, in the number 33 machine, it's going to be Jaden Anderson. Starting inside, row number 5 here tonight, it is going to be Robbie Milburn. Outside of him, it's going to be Cameron Carrington. Starting inside, row number 6, it's going to be Daryl Bass with Samuel Lawson outside of him. What's up, Matthew? Then the rest of the field here tonight, starting inside, row number 7, it's going to be Ethan Bowers. Outside of him, it's going to be Tyler Wood. Starting inside, row number 8, it's going to be Riley Knoll with Jason McManus outside of him. Then rounding out the field here tonight in that final row, it's going to be Bryce Young. On the inside, Cody Racing and 18. Sorry, I need a drink. ARCA Dirt's going to be coming up here soon. Hopefully this finishes up in time. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Levi going to get on the gas as they come down the front straightaway, down into 1 and 2. White's going to get the inside wall as they enter turn number 1. Able to keep it straight, but he's going to lose his spot. Here comes Ty in the number 12. Ty got a phenomenal run down on the bottom side as these guys going to bang off the wall through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, looking for turn number 1 and 2. Levi Fisher leads the way. Here comes Ty in the number 12. 3 wide for that number 3 spot as they come out of turn number 2. Jacob Fields trying to make some ground. Tyson Banks below him as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Fisher leading the way out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Big run for the 12 of Ty. He's all over the back of Fisher. He's going to let Fisher lead for now. Does not make a move, but Banks trying to creep in on that battle for the lead as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Will Banks put the pressure on Ty to make Ty have to make a move for the lead as they're side by side behind him, almost 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Ty to the bottom. Ty's going to fall back out of turn at number 2. Not enough drive off of turn at number 1 and 2. I think you got to be way down on the bottom as we got contact 1 around and turn number 4. No caution yet as they're still wrecking down the front straightaway. They keep it green into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, that was bad for White. It looked like the 82 of Dylan having a ton of trouble there, getting turned around, able to hold on to it, falling all the way back to that number 8 spot as Ty's going to push Levi down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. 4-car battle for the lead through turn number 3 and 4. Levi Fisher leads the way. 6 laps complete. So 50 laps here tonight. Guys, keep an eye out for that session. If you're going to run the ARCA Dirt, it will be going up anytime now as these guys head through turn. Oh, I just lost some packets for a second there as they come out of turn at number 4, down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Yeah, I saw that. I saw it. And I go, oh, I hear Brett. Out of turn at number 4, it's going to be Levi leading the way. Here comes Ty looking to the high side, but that's going to open the door for Fields. Fields going to jump up underneath, down into 1 and 2. Field slides in turn number 1 and 2, cut down by Ty. That's going to give Levi a little bit of breathing room as I head through turn number 3 and 4. Field's going to get back up underneath Ty out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, back to single file for the top 3. Ty going to look down low in turn number 1 and 2. He's going to get the run as Levi gets the wall. No, Levi gets the run out of turn number 2. Back to single file into 3 and 4. Here comes Fields down low out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, back to single file. So these guys looking very even up at the front right now. Levi Fisher going to push up the track. Here comes Ty with a run out of turn number 2. Oh, he's got the position. He's going to ship it into 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Parks it on the 17's nose. Fisher going to cut back underneath. Here comes Fields down low. Almost 3 wide for the lead, coming to the line. Fields going to slide into the number 2 spot. Cut down by Ty out of turn number 2. Big run down the back straightaway. He's going to take the lead into turn number 3. Slides up the track into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Fisher setting up the cut down out of turn number 4. Fields has to the back out of it. Fisher to the point that time by. Slides into 1 and 2. Here comes Ty back low in turn number 1 and 2. Slingshot engaged. What's up, Demon? Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, back to single file, up there for the top 3. Levi Fisher back on point out of turn number 4. Anderson creeping in that number 33. Will we end up with a 4-car battle for the lead as Banks has fallen way back in the 747? Yeah, I figured it'd be up. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Levi Fisher leading the way, Ty in second, Jacob Fields in third. Shane Haas will probably jump in there. I'm assuming he does a lot of times. He has admin. Him, Mark, and Cody, if they're in there. I should give it to Landon. Down into turn. Oh, big stack up. Fields going to pay for that one. Here comes Anderson to his outside out of turn number 4. Anderson up to the number 3 spot. Stack up in turn number 3 and 4. Bites Jacob Fields. He was at the end of that accordion. Loses a bunch of time on the track. He's looking up underneath Anderson. Anderson with some pace here tonight in that number 33. Fields probably should just get in line as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Let Anderson catch those guys. He's got the speed as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Let's go see what's happening further back in the pack. Looks like the field is pretty spread out. Got a battle back here between Dylan and Riley Knoll into turn number 3 and 4. Dylan going to think about sliding up. Knoll grabs the wall and the run on the outside. Back up to the front. Top 4 spread out a little bit. Single file down the back straightaway. 17 going to make it 18 laps complete this time by. That's going to give us 32 laps to go as they come down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Levi Fisher going to continue to lead the way. Ty in second. Jaden Anderson, Jacob Fields, your top 4 as they head into turn number 3 and 4. A little bit of a battle starting here for 5th on back. Banks has gotten caught by Cameron Carrington and Jason McManus as they come out of turn number 4. McManus, our big mover. Oh, one's in the wall. Where did he go? Daryl Bass disappeared for a minute. Almost could have been a bad deal for everyone, but somehow they survive. But McManus, our biggest mover right now on the track, up 9 positions in that number 92. He is making big grounds forward as they come out of turn at number 4. Down the front straightaway is starting to get closer up at the front. We're going to move back up there. The battle for second is starting to pick up as Anderson has caught the back of Ty through turn number 3 and 4. Across the line, 29 laps to go. Oh, 21 complete as they head through turn number 1 and 2. So far, keeping it lean and green. This is a very hard track to keep it green. It is a long, it's a fast track. People make mistakes. We're going to start seeing some fatigue going on here pretty soon. The leaders may catch some lap traffic. This could be awfully interesting for the field here tonight. So far, lean and green as they come down the back straightaway. Battle for second definitely starting to pick up. I think Anderson has got the speed. Him and McManus are the quickest cars on the track right now as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Anderson, makes the move down on the bottom side. Contact with Ty out of turn number 2. Takes the number 2 spot into turn number 3 and 4. Move Anderson up into that number 2 spot, but Ty going to dive back down low out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Takes that number 2 spot, back slides into turn number 1 and 2. Big run for Anderson. Has to back out of it. Uses a little bit of the momentum. Cuts down out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Side by side for that number 2 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Here comes Fields back up in the mix as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Levi Fisher not looking for a caution flag right now. He has got that lead. He's got a little bit of space. Tommy Gun Customs. Oh, you're tagging somebody? Is that what that is? As they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Slide job by Anderson. Oh, cut down by Ty out of turn number 2. Not able to take the momentum. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, no. The 17's going to grab the wall. Levi Fisher making a mistake. That's going to bring Anderson a little bit closer as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. So far, keeping it lean in green. 23 laps to go as they come down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Levi Fisher leading the way through turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. They are closing in on Fisher. Fisher in that number 17, trying to hold on to the lead. Lap traffic up ahead. This is about to get interesting as the top 4 close together, tightening the gaps down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Fisher going to grab the wall on entry into turn number 3. That's going to cost them a little bit more time. Anderson slowly creeping in that number 33 machine. The 44 of Samuel Lawson just ahead of these guys, trying to keep it on the lead lap, hoping for a caution flag to keep his hopes alive here tonight as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Fisher using that wall. They're side by side battling up ahead with the lap cars. Oh, he parked it on his nose. Oh, he parked it on White's nose in turn number 1 and 2. White with a ton of damage. Battle for the number 3 spot. Fields trying to take it. Here comes Ty back in. He's going to slide up the track. No, he's going to keep it down low. Fields with the run as Anderson has caught our leader down into turn number 1 and 2. Lap traffic as they make their way around the outside. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It is going to be Levi leading the way. Anderson in second. Fields in third. Ty in fourth. Fields is going to need these guys to start battling to try to close the gap. Took them a little bit of time to get around Ty and some ground as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Guys, we are clicking down laps quick here. Only 18. It's going to be 17 to go when they hit that line this time by. Side by side lap traffic up ahead. They've already made major contact. They continue to hit each other through turn number 1 and 2, losing spoilers. As the 15 is Tyler Wood trying to hold onto it. He's lost the spoiler on that number 15. That may end up being a caution. It is so hard to control these cars when you have no spoiler as they head into 1 and 2. Oh, he's sideways. Oh, leaders are on his tail as they come through turn number 1 and 2. Fisher going to make his way around. Jaden's going to make his way around. Next in line is going to be Jacob Fields as they head through turn number 3 and 4. That lap car could be an issue for these guys here tonight. Justin White, he was up at the front here tonight. He's about to go a lap down with a ton of damage on that number 20. Looks like Tyler Wood has dropped down to the bottom, gotten out of the way as White is beating doors with the leaders into turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway as Anderson finally slips away. 14 laps to go. Does Anderson have what it takes to make his way around? Let's go look at the battle for third. Lots of space there between third and fourth. Battles for the lead as Anderson is closing the gap on that number 17 as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway going to be Levi Fisher leading the way. Jacob Anderson in second. Nose to tail. Both of them grab the wall in turn number 1 and 2. You got to be careful. Incident points could be an issue here tonight. We might see somebody get DQ'd because of incident points. These leaders beating the wall as Fisher going to run a cut down. I don't know if that's what he meant to do, but it worked. Big run out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Anderson trying to close the gap as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Pressure definitely starting to pick up for the lead. As they come down the front straightaway, it is going to be 11 laps to go down into turn number 1 and 2. So far, leaders able to hold on to it. No caution flags at this point, which is a huge surprise as they head through 3 and 4. Fisher going to grab the wall. Anderson back all over the back of him. Caution flag comes out, and it is going to be a 2x2 start as it is right before 10 to go. Oh boy, this is going to get interesting. Looks like Riley Knoll going to have an issue here. He's going to clip the inside wall. Is there more contact between him and McManus? Oh, he just cut down into McManus and goes around down the back straightaway. Riley Knoll in the 07 going around, bringing out the first caution flag here of the night. I'll tell you what, this has been phenomenal so far here tonight. We are going to get in a 10-lap shootout here. As these guys are looking to re-rack them, restack them. I actually saw it happen. He was all up in the wall. What the hell are you going to do? All I want for Christmas is these guys to hurry up and finish this because I got an ARCA race to go do. All right, they are going to come to the line this time by. Let's see if it is 1 to go at the line. It is 2 to go. Oh, it is 1 to go. They're going to stack them up, looking for the green flag. 10-lap shootout. Will we be able to keep it green the rest of the way? I need them to. All right, let me go check and see who is in there. Who is in my session? Looks like we got 13 cars over at USA right now. Shane Haas is not in there. I don't have any admin in there. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Slide job by Levi. Slides up the track. Here comes Anderson. Don't count out the 007 of Jacob Fields. He's just behind these guys. Looks like Banks has a fresh show of life with these cooler tires into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to park it right on Fields' nose out of turn number 4. Fields is not going to be happy about that one as he sends it into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to park it on. Oh, no. Fields loses the nose and a tire. No, it grows back. I don't know how that happened. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, here comes. Oh, big contact out of turn number 4 everywhere. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Anderson trying to catch our leader up at the front as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Oh my God, that is hilarious, Brett. This, yeah, yeah. I'm not going to argue with you about this track. Down into turn number 1 and 2, Fields and Banks battling it out for that number 3 spot. Here comes Anderson down into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get 6 laps to go at the line. 6 laps to go as Fisher leads the way. Anderson in second. Fields in third. Banks to the outside as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. You got to wonder who is on the border, who's about to incident point out as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Banks. Banks thinks about the slide, keeps it down low. Out of turn number 4, Fields with the spot at the line. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Banks gonna slide up the track. Fields comes back with the cut down out of turn number 2 as Banks grabs the wall. That's gonna lose 1-2 spots. Cameron Carrington up into the number 4 spot. Battle for the lead continues to rage, but this battle for third on back is absolutely insane as they were 3 wide for fourth out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. Fields almost gets nailed by Banks in turn number 1 and 2. Banks had to get on the brakes. Carrington into the wall, trying to avoid Banks down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Carrington going to lose a ton of spots as they come down the front straightaway. 3 laps to go. Can Anderson find his way around the number 17? He is all over the back of him as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. It is chaos back here, guys. Absolute chaos. McManus, an impressive run in that number 92 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Levi Fisher leading the way down the front straightaway. They are 3 wide behind him down the front straightaway. They try to pinch down into turn number 1 and 2. They're crashing into 1 and 2. Somehow they keep it straight. Spoilers flying everywhere as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It is going to be white flag, 1 lap to go. Does Anderson have anything for Fisher? He's going to slide it into 1 and 2. It's a haymaker. Slams the wall. Here comes Fisher back down low. Fisher going to get the run out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Anderson to the top side. Fisher slides it up. Here comes Anderson down low. No room to go. They touch out of turn number 4. It's going to be Fisher with the win. Anderson second. Fields, McManus, Banks, your top 5. Banks just all F forward. I think he's going to the ARCA race. All right, hold on. Let's go do this for Brett. We're going to go watch Brett's accident. Oh, my God. I don't think it was this one. Was it this one that you... It was the heat race, I think, wasn't it? I don't remember where it was, Brett. Yeah. Do you remember what lap it was in the LCQ? Oh, it was lap 1. Yeah. Why can't I find it? I can't find it for... Yeah, I can... I got to jump over to that other race. Oh, this is the heat? Oh, okay. Hold on. I don't know why I can't fucking find it. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, what were you supposed to do there? That was all your fault. Yeah, you got hooked into him. That was definitely not your fault. All right, I got to jump into the next one. Hold on, I got to do the results, don't I? Wait, I got to do the results, and then I got to jump into the next one. All right, it is going to be Fisher with the win. Anderson second, Fields in third. Going to be McManus in that number 4 spot. Banks in 5th. Hoyt in 6th. Going to be Carrington in the number 7 position. Nice. Racing in 8th. Going to be Ethan Bowers in 9th. Dylan in 10th. Robbie Milburn in 11th. Going to be Ty in 12th. Bryce Young in 13th. Samuel Lawson 14th. Going to be Wood in 15th. Bass in 16th. White in 17th. And Riley Knoll in that number 18 position. All right, so we got to get out of here, which will be pretty quick, and jump over into my race because it is about to get into qualifying. And I got to get caught up in the. I don't think I've done the points in the last 2 weeks. I got to do that. I got to fix that. My bad. All right, so we're going to get into this race, the ARCA cars. They're going to be just into qualifying right now. So we are going to jump over into there. I'm going to change my titles over here on the ticker.
Feel the thunder roll, the clays flying, engines rolling full. Side by side, leaning into the fight, chasing that checkered flag at night. We're burning up dirt, kicking up dust, ain't nothing like racing with the rest.
All right, so we are jumping into this session right now. Let's see who was in there. Did Fields made it in. So we got Asher, Clint, Cody, Thorne, Daniel, Jacob Fields. Man, there's a bunch of people. I have no clue who they are. Weatherington, Smalling is running. Wow. Yeah, I know. I knew I was going to be ready for qualifying when we get in. I knew I was going to be pushing it to tonight. Thankfully, it wasn't a shit show at Port Royal. That was actually a good Port Royal race, except for Brett. I made it. Tyler Autry at the top of the chart, Smalling in second, Fields in third. Where is Landon Moody? Did Landon Moody not make it? What the fuck? Oh no, he's at the top of the charts. All right, Landon Moody did end up making it as he goes in there with the quick time. Remember, they got 3 laps here tonight for qualifying. We'll see how these guys use it. Go ahead and pause that for now. Jacob Fields out on the track. He's going to be going right from the supers to this. As we were definitely pushing it close here tonight. Jacob Fields coming out of turn number 4. Let's see where he's going to put that 07 as he comes across the line. He's going to be 4th quick in that 007. And he's got some more laps. Shane Weatherington still out on the track right now in that number 5 machine. So we got quite a few people out here. So we are going to have a consi tonight. Right now we got 14 people have put down qualifying times. It looks like everyone is in here. Who's in the 22? See if Damian makes it in here or not. He does. Landon Moody in second. Thomas Smalling in second. Sorry, Landon Moody in first. Autry in 4th. Zach Lovelace in that number 4 spot. Asher Hansen in 5th. So a few regulars up towards the front of the field right now. Matthew Clint's beating you. Got Cody Thorne out there in the 998. Colton Parrish jumping out on the track. Qualifying just about over as there's about 4 seconds left. As he heads into turn number 3, that is not going to be enough time. Oh, who else is out there with you, Tyler? I think this is going to be the first time I've ever seen Smalling on dirt. Thanks for coming out, guys. I got in a little late because the super race at Port Royal ran a little bit longer than usual, which probably is not a surprise. Just a reminder here, all starts are on leader. There will be no cautions in the heats or the consies. Top 6 going to transfer from each heat. Top 4 from the consi. A total of 16 cars going into tonight's feature. Biggest thing here, guys, is some of you guys might have never raced them. Just be easy with that throttle. It's all about throttle control here tonight. Probably the most dirt car on iRacing, to be honest with you. And voice chat. I don't care if you got a problem with somebody. You can mic up one time and tell them they're a fucking moron. But if you keep it going after that, I will probably just remove you. Let's have some fun, guys. And make sure, if you are not already, make sure you watch the stream at MDiTV now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok. I mean, you have to deal with Moody a lot. So, I mean, and remember who's race controlling tomorrow. All right, we are going to get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Looks like we got 9 cars here tonight for heat race number 1. It is going to be Landon Moody starting on the pole. Tyler Autry in second. Those are top 2 in points. Asher Hansen going to be in that number 3 spot. John Osborne in 4th. It's going to be Kenny Storkson starting in 5th here tonight. Daniel Harsley in 6th. Going to be Shane Weatherington in that number 7 spot. Matthew Pye in 8th. Going to be Terrence is not going to start in that number 9 spot. And Bryce is not starting. Colton Parrish is going to be starting 9th. Shotgun on the field. This race is going to be a lot. We're going to see. This will be fun. This one means a lot to Tyler. We're going to see how hard he races it. These points could do a lot for him as they come out of turn number 4. They're going to get the 1 to go at the line this time by. Down into turn number 1 and 2. You barely missed qual. Yeah, it happens. It happens. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, looking for that green flag. Remember, guys, if you have not yet, make sure you guys give the stream a like, a share, a follow, and a comment. It all helps the algorithm and lets it get shared everywhere. So make sure you guys help out and make sure you follow the stream if you haven't already so you get those notifications as these guys head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag as Moody leads the way. Pace truck going to pull in as Moody in that number 84 leads the way out of turn number 4, gets on the gas. Oh my God, Asher almost lost it in that number 9. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. We're going to make sure nobody's got a black flag there as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Landon Moody leads the way. Autry second, John Osborne in third. Asher going to blink down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Daniel in 5th. Right now it is going to be Kenny Storkson in that number 54, currently in that final transfer spot as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Storkson going to send it down into turn number 1 and 2 in that final transfer spot, hoping Weatherington stays behind him. We got one into the crash. It's going to be Colton hard into the inside wall. He might have blinked out just in time to prevent some damage as they come out of turn number 4. Top 6 transfer, top 4 from the consi. There's a consi. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Moody leading the way. Tyler Autry trying to reel him in. John Osborne in that number 3 spot. Asher trying to hold in 4th, but I think Daniel might be closing the gap as Storkson holds on to that final transfer spot as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, going to be 3 laps complete. 3 laps complete. We got 5 laps to go here tonight in heat race number 1. So this racetrack will definitely get racy as the night goes on. We got contact in the back of the pack. A little bit of contact between Weatherington and Daniel for that final transfer spot as they come out of turn number 2, able to hold on to it. They touch. Oh, he came down. Big hit. Big hit into the inside wall for Daniel. Toe. Down the... All right, Shane, you know the rules. Let's not keep it going. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, and it's going to be Moody leading the way. Tyler Autry in second. Asher Hansen in that number 3 spot. Storkson in 4th. John Osborne in 5th. Shane Weatherington in the number 6 position. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, going to be John looking to the outside as they head it. Oh, John's going to blink a little bit. Storkson goes around him for that number 4 position. I don't know where John is as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Going to be Kenny in the number 4 spot. That's going to move. Oh, John's going to fall all the way back to 6th in the number 6 machine. So that blink definitely hurt him. Still in a transfer spot as Moody continues to lead. Remember, we've seen this on and week in and week out. This racing will get close as this track seconds out. Moody leads the way. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here for heat race number 1. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Moody won the last time. Going to get that checkered flag here tonight and the win in heat race number 1. He's going to maximize those points here so far tonight as he takes the win in heat race number 1. Tyler Autry in second. Asher Hansen third. Storkson and fourth. Weatherington and Osborne, your top 6. All right, let's go ahead and get them stacked up here for heat race number 2. I got a couple people that left. Oh, well. Well, there's a pretty good chance that everybody's going to make it because we just lost a bunch of people here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. Yeah, there's 15 people left in the server, so it will run the consi, but everybody's going to make it. All right, let's get ready here for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it is going to be Thomas Smalling. Outside of him, it's going to be Zach Lovelace. Jacob Fields going to start inside row number 2 with Ryan Rose in 4th. Going to be Jason Woldridge, in that number 5 spot. Michael Soller in 6th. Going to be Clint Sheehan starting in the inside of row number 4 with Darren Miller in 8th. Cody Thorne in 9th. I don't think Miller, Leonard, or whatever that other guy's name was going to be there. Nope, they aren't. As these guys are going to pull off onto the track here tonight. Smalling, the start will be on you. All right, so Thomas Smalling going to lead the way with Lovelace to his outside. This could be an interesting one. Remember, Fields just got in late. He was running the supers and jumped in here. As we are going to be looking for the green flag. Look for him to pick up the pace here tonight in heat race number 2 and start to figure this car out on this track. I was actually surprised you got that good run. I know you're not a dirt guy, but you know, the one thing I figured out is if people are fast on iRacing, they can kind of figure it out anywhere. The guy to your outside's a road guy. Asphalt road. Yeah. All right, we're going to be looking for the green flag this time by as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for the green flag. It is going to be Thomas Smalling, Zach Lovelace on that front row. Couple of asphalt guys, pavement princesses up at the front of the pack. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Smalling leads the way. So this might be an advantage for the rest of the field about second row on back because Smalling is going to be, well, he'll run some short, but he's going to wait till these cars are straight as they come down the back straightaway. Green flag is out. Oh, big stack up back at the back as Clint's got to get on the binders as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Smalling going to lead the way. Lovelace going to look to the outside. Ryan Rose up to the top side in that number 78. Oh, Fields loses a ton of ground. I don't know what happened in 1 and 2. Falls all the way back to 6th. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Smalling leading the way. Lovelace in second. Ryan Rose in that number 3 spot. Here comes Fields trying to make his way back up through the field in that 007 down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Gains a ton of ground on Michael as they head into turn number 1 and 2. I don't know if he had a little bit of contact from behind or what, but oh no! No! Rose goes around. Fields gets caught up. That is unfortunate for Fields as he gets caught up in that one. Now 1 spot out, but he should be able to catch Clint. Back up to the front. Smalling going to get way sideways into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. He's got Lovelace all breathing down his neck. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Lovelace, I'm assuming, is in the discord with Moody. Moody trying to coach him a little bit through turn number 3 and 4. Lovelace going to hold that bottom. Smalling keeps the top side and the momentum down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Smalling leading the way. They're both going to cut the grass. Oh, Lovelace almost goes around out of turn number 2. Too much grass for Lovelace. Down into turn number 3 and 4. We'll see if Lovelace can gain some ground. Fields is going to go ahead and pull out as Smalling continues to lead. Lovelace in that number 2 spot. Ryan Rose in third. I said Rose, but it was Michael that went around and is currently 1 spot out. Clint in that number 6 spot, currently rolling in that number 69 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Smalling going to continue to lead, gets the inside wall into turn number 3. That's going to allow Lovelace to gain some ground out of turn 4. 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Lovelace in hard 2 sideways in that 00, trying to catch it. Rose is closing in on this battle as they come out of turn number 2. Big save by the 00 as they come down the back straightaway. Here comes Lovelace. Lovelace going to go up, grab a little bit of that tack up on the top, rides the cushion. Smalling going to push over the top of the cushion as they come out of 4. Here comes Lovelace down low, drag race down the front straightaway, looking for turn number 1 and 2. Lovelace going to slide in 1 and 2 up the track. Here comes Smalling. Smalling's going to come up underneath, almost contact out of 2. Smalling backs up there side by side out of 2. Rose sideways, trying not to run into him. They touch doors down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Smalling going to grab a little bit too much wall on the inside as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Lovelace leads the way down the front straightaway. White flag is out, 1 lap to go into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Smalling in the 0-1. Can he find his way around the 0? Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Thomas Smalling trying to figure out that 0-1. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Lovelace has got it. Smalling knows if he can grab that bottom side, it could be fast, but gets the inside wall. Here comes Rose. Rose on the binder. It's going to be Lovelace with the win. Who's going to get second? Smalling gets it at the line. Rose in third. Woodridge, Sheehan, and Michael. Oh, they can't give it to Sheehan yet. Oh, Michael gets the wall. It's going to be Clint, and Michael gets it. Cody's going to come across in 7th. That was a great race for the lead. It's probably from hitting that inside wall. I don't know about you, but I use a lot less force feedback on dirt. Might help a little bit. All right, it is going to be, we'll see who ends up. You guys might just get a couple burning the track laps. All right, we're going to roll in and get ready for the LCQ. Going to be 10 laps here. It sucks that they don't let me reduce the laps on dirt anymore. So Matthew Pye going to be starting inside in that number 44. Cody in the 998 up above him. And Jacob Fields starting shotgun on the field. This should be Fields' race to win if he can find his way around these guys. That might be easier said than done. Yeah, this one's hosted. We do this at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time on Monday nights. And then the next race is going to be the UMPs if we make it. Next one, so yeah, this is the only hosted for tonight. Now the UMPs are top split official. Yes, sir. All right, we got him down the back straightaway. Going to be Matthew Pye leading the way as they head into turn at number 3. It's top. It's official race. It's the top split. The guys with the higher I rating, like the normal iRacing races. I do the big blocks, the supers, and the UMPs officials. Yeah, on Mondays. Pace car is in, looking for the green flag as Matthew. He's going to wait forever. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Matthew going to slide in down on the bottom. Probably not. You probably won't make top split. I don't know. They got the VLR races going, so you might. As Matthew's going to grab the wall. Here comes Jacob Fields. Oh, Jacob. Oh, my God. Everybody makes it, Jacob, if you don't want to run this. I don't blame you. Matthew leads the way. Cody in second. Jacob Fields going to get it turned around in that 007. He wants to get around these guys because he knows that they are struggling. Cody, less throttle. Be easy on the throttle. Oh, he hammers it. You got to not hammer it as they come out of turn number 4 as Matthew Pye leads the way. Jacob's going to come down on pit road. I don't blame him. Matthew leads the way into turn number 3. Turn number 2. We're going to let these guys run this out because I don't know if I move it forward, if it's going to boot them out, and I don't want to boot them out. Matthew going to lead this one. Cody in second. Jacob Fields decides he is done for now. I don't blame him. He got caught up with Cody there. Cody trying to get this thing figured out. Once he figures out more is less, he's actually faster than Matthew Pye right now by about by a second and a half. So he is reeling in Matthew. If he could just keep up this pace. There he goes. Oh, too much throttle out of turn number 4, but he is definitely reeling in that number 44. Oh, about 0.3 quicker than Matthew that time by. Matthew's going to grab the wall out of turn number 2. I think Cody's going to catch him. There you go. Yeah. Probably. Yeah, there you go. Oh, too much throttle. Don't hammer it down that hard. You're spinning the tires. It's slower. Oh, you missed it. Yeah. This actually, I think, is going to be a good one when we get into the feature. We got a couple new guys. Jacob has met him. All right, so we are 6 laps. We got about 4 laps to go here in the LCQ. Everybody's going to make it. Cody has caught Matthew as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. We're going to have a battle for the lead. This is going to get interesting. All right, let's see what happens. Here comes Cody looking to the outside. He's starting to get this thing figured out. He's just got to give it a little less throttle out of the corner. Perfect that time out of Cody. Out of turn number 2. Good pass down to the bottom side. Out of turn number 2. Looking for 3 and 4. Oh, Matthew's going to get into the back bumper. They're going to keep it straight. Oh, no. He goes around into the inside wall. Oh, no. Matthew's going to take the lead back with 2 laps to go. He was doing so good. He was killing it. Matthew leads the way with a lap and a half to go. Can Cody catch him? Cody's got the speed. He's definitely got the speed. It's just got to get the consistency down at this point. Be nice and easy on that throttle. Wait. Be patient. Don't hammer it coming out of the corner. That makes you slower. I'm pretty sure you're listening to the stream. Got to roll into the throttle. Don't hammer it. Roll into the throttle. Roll. There you go. Oh, too much throttle. Don't worry about full throttle. All right, checkered flag's going to come out. He almost caught Matthew. Matthew's going to take the win in the LCQ. It's going to be Cody in second. Cody just a pointer You don't want to try and get to full throttle. If you get there, you get there, but you're chasing it. You're trying to hammer it down too hard. All right, let's get ready for tonight's feature. All right, there are cautions. It is iRacing cautions in the feature. Be respectful. There are a couple guys that are racing for points. Tyler, Landon, and Lovelace are all, at the top of the boards. And give Jacob a little bit of room coming up through because he got caught up a couple times in the Consi. Just be aware of who's around you if you're struggling. Other than that, guys, have some fun. Be patient on those throttles. That's the biggest mistake I see you guys making, trying to hammer down that gas. Oh boy, Clint's going to be all the way up to that number 6 spot. All right, it's going to be Landon Moody on the pole here tonight. Zach Lovelace in second. Going to be Tyler Autry starting in the number 3 spot. Smalling in 4th. Asher's going to be in 5th. Rose is not there in 6th. Kenny Storkson in 7th. Going to be Woodridge in that number 8 spot. Shane Weatherington in 9th. Clint Sheehan in 10th. Going to be John Osborne in 11th. Michael in 12th. Matthew Pye in that number 13 spot. Cody in 14th. And Jacob Fields in 15th. They're going to get that one to go this time by. There are 13 cars on the track. Clint's going to win tonight. You can feel it. All right, so Remington's got all his money on Clint for the win tonight. Remington has all his money on Clint for the win tonight.
How much did he bet?
He just says Clint's going to win tonight. I feel it. No pressure, Clint. No pressure.
Life savings, because that ain't gonna happen.
All right, we are going to be looking for the green flag as they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Start is on Moody, just to give you guys a heads up for the ones that are new. As they head into turn at number 3 and 4, pace car leads the way. Who's it gonna be here tonight? 30 laps at USA. Green flag is out. I bet 500 Moody spins somebody. Well, he's out front right now, so he's pretty good. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. So we got a little bit of craziness towards the back. 6 going to get the inside wall. Jacob Fields trying to make some big moves through turn number 1 and 2. He's going to cut down out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Matthew Pye going to disappear as they head for turn number 3 and 4. He's got a couple more cars to get through. I think the 38 is the one that got him in the heat race. As the 38 going to get sideways out of turn number 4. Fields making big moves already as they head into turn number 1 and 2. So some of these guys struggling a little bit getting out of the way as Fields makes his way up to that number 8 spot. Right now it is Moody out front. Lovelace in second. Autry in third. Autry gets a good run through 3 and 4, but has to back out of it. Lovelace goes to the bottom. Here comes Autry to the outside. He's sideways out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Lovelace going to ship it in. Slides up the track. Autry's going to cut up underneath. They make contact out of turn number 2. Lovelace able to hold on to it. Autry down low. Drag race down the front straightaway as Asher and Smalling are side by side out of turn number 2. Here comes Storkson up underneath Smalling. Smalling is struggling in that 0-1 machine as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. This track has changed a lot. Zach, but Asher would be good too. Yeah, it'd be cool to see. You know what? I mean, Zach is quick. Asher is just special. I wouldn't be surprised to see either one of them take a win. But right now, it is Moody out front leading the way. Is Michael going to have issues at the back of the back? Turned around the wrong way. He's going to get it turned back right. Moody leads the way. So Michael struggling a little bit in that number 38 machine. No caution flag as Moody leads the way out of turn number 2. Lovelace in second. Autry continuing to try to find his way around. Michael going to ride it out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. As they come out of turn number 4, Moody leads the way. Lovelace in second. Autry in third. Hansen and Smalling as Jacob Fields going to go down on pit road. And all F4, I think he's going to run that UMP race as they come out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4, going to be Moody leading the way. We're watching the battle for second. It is going to be Lovelace and Autry as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, Asher was completely sideways out of turn number 4. That's going to allow Smalling to close the gap in that 0-1. Oh, Smalling almost into the back bumper of Asher. Asher going to hold on to it out of turn number 2 as this battle for that number 4 spot is starting to heat up. The battle for second continuing to rage as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Right now it is the Moody show out front. Asher going to move up the track. Here comes Smalling back down low out of turn number 4. Man, there's some great racing on the track right now as they head into 1 and 2. Smalling, oh, he caught the bump and he goes around in turn number 1 and 2. No caution flag. Wow. Oh, caution. Caution does come out. All right, so we're going to see. He's just going to catch the little bump here down on the bottom side. Oof. That is unfortunate. Smalling going around. Caution flag comes out. Here tonight. Yeah, that bump is nasty. That's some good racing. Someone tell Clint to step on the skinny pedal. Clint, Remington says you gotta pick up the pace a little bit. Loud pedal on the right. Oh, Matthew, stop warming up your tires. You hit somebody every time you do that. All right, looks like Michael going to jump down on pit road. We're going to see he's going to get some damage repaired in that number 38 machine as Moody leads the way. I'll tell you what, some of these guys are starting to pick up the pace a little bit. Autry's going to be starting on the inside. This could be an interesting start for that number 8 if he can make his way around Lovelace. He showed the speed in the heat race to be able to stay with Moody. Will he be able to do it here tonight in the future and maybe pull the upside over that number 84? All right, so Michael going to come down off of pit road. Moody leads the way. Let's see if they get that one to go this time by. Pace lights are off. They're going to stack them up 2 by 2. I'll tell you what, it's been some great racing here. Couple different battles. Lovelace has definitely picked up the pace a little bit here too. Asher starting to look good in that number 9 machine. Let's see what he is able to do as they come out of turn number 2, looking for that green flag. Landon Moody gonna lead them down the back straightaway. When will he fire off? Autry's in a great spot. I hate being the second place car, especially on a track like this, as they head into turn at number 3 and 4. Looking for the green flag. Autry trying to anticipate. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Oh, great start by Lovelace and Moody at the front of the field as they come down the front straightaway. Down into 1 and 2. Contact between Autry and Asher into 1 and 2. Asher's going to grab the wall. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Lovelace going to try to tag on to the back of Moody. Can he keep up as they head through turn at number 3 and 4? Asher digging up underneath Autry. Here comes Weatherington looking down low out of turn number 4. Smalling trying to make his way back up through the field as they come down the front straightaway, down into 1 and 2. Kenny Storkson sideways as Osborne's going to grab the wall in that number 6. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. I'm looking for this battle to start to pick up again. Oh, Lovelace sideways. Big save out of Lovelace. Lovelace over-rotated a little bit there. That's going to bring Autry back to his back bumper. That is not what Lovelace wanted. As they, oh no, be careful, number 5 of Weatherington. He's going to slide, parks it on Asher Hansen's nose. Weatherington up to the number 4 spot. Bold move into turn number 1, taking that bump. That could have messed him up real bad. They keep it straight down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Clint is very broken. Clint and Michael having issues at the back of the pack. They keep it going straight. No caution flags. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Matthew absolutely dumped it. And nowhere for Clint Sheehan to go. Yeah, you don't need it. It's just extra weight. Out front, it is going to be Moody leading the way as we got a battle for the number 2 spot as Autry and Lovelace duke it out into turn number 1 and 2. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Great battle here for that number 2 spot. Continues the rage on as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Lovelace in that number 2 spot. Autry trying to find his way around. He's going to cut up underneath out of turn number 4. Oh, tries to get the run. Can't quite get there out of turn number 4. Somebody's got to make a mistake here. I think that's what it's going to take as they head into 1 and 2. Track has definitely moved up a little bit as Moody is out front by 1.5 seconds over the field as they come down the back straightaway. Autry all over the back of Lovelace, shoves him into turn number 3 a little faster than he might want to. Into turn number 3 and 4. Perfect move by Autry. Autry up underneath out of turn number 4. Drag race down the front straightaway, looking for 1 and 2. Autry down low, lap traffic up ahead as they head into 1 and 2. Autry's going to try to get to the top side as they make their way around Clint through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Moody is definitely killing it out there, Scott. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Right now, the battle on the track is the battle for the number 3 spot. Weatherington starting to figure out this car, closing the gap as these guys come out of turn number 4. 15 laps complete. We're halfway through into turn number 1 and 2. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Moody continues to lead. Lovelace in second. Autry in third. Great battle for second all night long as they head into turn number 3. Autry going to shove it down on the bottom, gets a little too sideways in the slick, but Lovelace shoves it in too hard, brings Autry back in the battle as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Autry trying to find his way around. Lovelace trying to protect. Weatherington hoping they both step on it and steal a podium here tonight as they come down the front back straightaway into turn number 3. Autry going to ship it in, slides up the track, slide job by Autry, cut down by Lovelace. Beautifully played by both these drivers into turn number 3 and 4. Weatherington now up in the mix in that number 5 machine as they come into turn number 1 and 2. This is about to get interesting. We got a 3-car battle for that number 2 spot. Weatherington putting the pressure on Autry now. Autry trying to get away and get back to the bumper of that 00 as they head into turn number 3. Passing is definitely looking a little tough here tonight as they come through turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. These guys nose to tail into turn number 1 and 2. The battle for second has been amazing here tonight as they are nose to tail. Can Autry find his way around that 00? He's got the speed. He's just got to find the way around. Lovelace holding strong in that 00 as they head through 3 and 4. Asher is digging the bottom side in that number 9. He has got that thing ripping down low. He's a little bit slower. Lovelace is, or Moody is definitely the quickest car on the track. But I'll tell you what, Autry and Lovelace are not too far back. In Weatherington, too. They're all within the same realm, all 3 of them. So close in time as they come out of turn number 4. It is going to be 20 laps complete. We got 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. Autry's there. Lovelace trying to protect once again. Out of turn number 2. Will he give him the bump and run? He did it once before. Pushed him down the straightaway into the turn a little bit faster than he wanted to. It almost worked. He made a little mistake, not able to complete the pass. Will he be able to perfect it here inside the next 9 laps as they come across the line down the front straightaway? Autry all over the back of Lovelace, hoping he makes a mistake. Lovelace going to go up into the wall, makes a mistake. Here comes Autry down low. Autry going to dig out of turn number 2, gets a little too sideways, too throttle happy. They touch doors down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Autry thinks about the slide. It's not there. Oh, it's so close out of turn number 4. They're still side by side out of turn number 4. Weatherington just behind him. Down, yeah, very good race for second. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Side by side, lap traffic ahead. Lovelace going to make the mistake again. Hits the outside wall. Out of turn number 2. Lap traffic is coming. Autry going to get back in line. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Autry is killing it in that number 8. Just has to find a way around that double zero as they come out of turn number 4. It is going to be 7 laps to go. He's got 7 more laps to figure it out as they close in on the lap car of Michael in that number 38 as they come out of turn number 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, Moody well out in front, 3.5 seconds in front of this battle. This battle has played a big role on why they've lost so much ground, but Moody definitely schooling the field as the 998 goes around and pulls down on pit road. Caution flag comes out. Oh, Cody goes around, misses the pit. Caution flag comes out. Yeah, that battle for second has been phenomenal. All right, so caution flag is out. We're going to go ahead and wave Michael around. Yeah, no problem. I usually tell people to remind me, but I realized that you were the first car 1 lap down. All right, let's see. That's good. I appreciate lap cars staying out of the way there. This will be a single file start, guys. Great racing so far. Super happy. Yeah, he got Matthew pied, and then Clint slid in there. We told him, but unfortunately put the square pedal on. So both. All right, we are going to get them lined up as they come down the front straightaway. It is going to be a single file restart. Looking for the green flag. It is going to be a 6-lap shootout here tonight. Moody has dominated here so far. The battle for second has been absolutely amazing as they come out of turn number 2. Yeah, technically it's a league. I just do it open hosted. Next season we will be moving it to another day, and maybe set it up a little different. But yeah, we've been keeping points and stuff when I remember to do it. I'm 2 races behind, so I need to do that tonight. As these guys come out of turn number 4, looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Great start up at the front of the field. A great start for everybody as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Moody leading the way. Lovelace in second. Autry in third. Asher going to slide his way into 4th as here they come 4 wide out of turn number 2. 4 wide down the back straightaway. Asher's going to back out of it. Oh, we got to keep it straight. Contact, it keeps green. Yellow flag comes out. Oh, that was... All right, so they were 4 wide. Oh, no. You guys were 4 wide out of turn 2. I don't know if you know it. And then Shane hit the wall and the 6 went around. Yeah, that was a difficult position. I didn't know how that was going to go. You're good, Cody. You're good. That was fun. Yeah. I don't know if you were listening to me. It definitely seemed to help you a little bit. Just gotta, these are different to drive. Everybody takes a little bit of time to get used to it. We are going to have a 5-lap shootout. Yeah, it is. But once you get used to it, it's all about that throttle control. You don't worry about going full throttle. You got to just kind of slowly get into the throttle coming out of the corner because the wheel spin is so big here. If you look in the description on the YouTube there, my Discord's there. I don't know if you're in my Discord, but I'm gonna try and put the gear for the race so that you guys can practice when I decide what track we're doing. I did that today. That might help you a little bit so you can get a little practice beforehand. All right, so we got them stacked up into turn number 1 and 2, looking for that green flag. All right. I'm not that asshole guy though that bitches about everybody and about you know, I know you were trying to get down pit road, I think. Is what it looked like. Down into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag. Moody leads the way. Lovelace in second. Autry in third. Weatherington, Hansen, Kenny Storkson, Smalling. Your top 6 is 7 as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Man, Moody goosed it and almost got 2 sideways as they head for turn number 1. Lovelace going to grab the wall. He's got Autry all over the back of him into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. You're good, Cody. Down into 3 and 4. Here comes Autry down low as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Battle for that number 2 spot continues to rage. Battle for third and fourth as Asher tries to take it away from Weatherington. Weatherington going to grab it back on the outside. Down into 1 and 2. Autry putting the pressure on that 00 as they come out of turn number 2. Moody leads the way. 4 more laps to go as they come down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail for that second and third place battle. Oh, Asher gets into Weatherington. Big contact. They save it coming out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Autry all over the back of the 00. Can Lovelace hold on? It's hard to shake Lovelace. Lovelace is pretty steady, but Autry doing everything he can as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Got a little loose on entry. Not sure what he wanted to do. He's going to get low out of turn number 4. It is going to be 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. He's got to figure out what to do. He's all over the back of that 00. He might have to push him into the corner. No, Lovelace going to make a mistake. That's going to open the door for Autry. Out of turn number 2. Here comes Autry down low. Little too much throttle. Gets 2 sideways. They touch down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Here comes Autry down low. Autry sends it in. Has to back it down. Tries to get back in the gas out of turn number 4. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Battle for second. Continues to rage down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Autry putting big pressure on Lovelace. Lovelace has got to stay steady. If he makes a mistake, Autry will pounce out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway one last time into turn number 3. Autry down low into turn number 3 and 4. Sends it in hard. Keeps it out of the door. Lovelace. Lovelace is going to keep the spot as it's going to be Moody, Lovelace, Autry, Weatherington. Oh, Hansen and Smalling at the line. Storkson, Osborne, Michael, and Clint rounding out the field. Yeah, great race, everybody. Great race. I walked all over you, Shane. All right. It is going to be Moody with the win. Lovelace in second. Autry in third. Going to be Weatherington in that number 4 spot. Hansen in 5th. Smalling in 6th. Going to be Storkson in 7th. Osborne in 8th. Michael in 9th. Going to be Clint Sheehan in 10th. Cody 11th. Matthew Pye 12th. Fields in 13th. We're going to jump over to the other race, and I'm going to pull those guys in while we do that. So let me go ahead and pull this up. And thank you, guys. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull out of here and get ready for that UMP race. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up and start to load into there and then pull these guys into the Discord. Hold on, guys, if you're in the Discord. I got to get into the UMP race, if there's even anybody in there. A single split for the UMPs. So UMPs are, well, they got other stuff going on tonight, so that's playing a role. I got you guys. I got you. All right. What a race. I mean, it was an easy one for Moody, but the battle for second was intense the whole freaking race. We're doing UMPs next, Scott. That's what I'm pulling up now. What a race. Autry, not quite able to make your way around Lovelace. There's a couple times where he made mistakes. One time you pushed him through the corner. I thought that might have been the move that you had to do, was push him in a little bit quick there, but not able to take advantage. But man, great clean racing between you guys.
Oh yeah, that was a blast. I've had a smile on my face probably since lap one. I mean, overall that was just awesome. That was a blast. I'm not even worried about not winning or anything. Just I needed a race like that. It's been a long week, so that's great.
You know, we had a couple new people in here, a couple people shaking it down with you guys a little bit in that race. Didn't seem to make a big difference. I mean, it seems like we're starting to really load this up with good, clean racers. Makes it a little difficult for you in your points battle, but man, you got to appreciate the good race in there. Third place, Moody maximizing points, but still, it's been an awesome season for you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay consistent. Maybe Landon has another bad night. Maybe I can capitalize, but if I got to finish second and have this much fun, I'm not complaining.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Oh yeah, definitely got to shout out my boy John Osborne. My teammate was in here tonight finally, so he had a blast. I hope he did at least.
It sounded like
Dad,
he did.
Yeah, Dad, shout out to him. Shout out to everybody else. I had a blast. Landon, good job. Zach, awesome. I don't know who was in the 5 car, but he was right there pushing the issue too. So I had a blast. James, thanks for putting it on, and I'll see y'all next week.
All right, bud. Good run. Good run. Lovelace, man, you had to be calm, cool, and collective today. Autry didn't let you breathe at all through that race, but you held your own, made a couple little mistakes, but able to recover from them. But man, you raced your ass off tonight.
Yeah, I think I really understand why people like dirt racing so much now. That was about the most fun I've ever had on a track.
You know, I was debating on what to do tonight, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do USA, and oh my God, they're wrecking each other in the freaking official race. I was like, you know what, I want to try USA, and I had Moody come in there and just test the gear for me, make sure I had the right one, and man, it seemed racy, just a little hard to pass, but it seemed like you know, other than a little bit of throttle control out of the corner, it was a pretty gripped up track tonight. You know, kind of fun to drive.
Yeah, it was very fun to drive. The speed that you carry into the corner, but then how much you got to slow in the corner is something it's still kind of new to me, but I loved it. I loved getting the feel for that, and when the track got really slick there towards the end, it was just trying to hang on for dear life.
Yeah, there's a couple times you grabbed the wall and you had to be like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know how it is.
Oh yeah, well, great run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors, and I know you got some racing to get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta say congratulations to Moody for winning again. Huge shout out to Tyler for such an awesome race. That was just fantastic. I could not stop smiling racing that with him. Everybody else, you know, we just had a good, clean race for the most part. Got to thank all the guys in Moody's Discord, all talking in there. All the guys in my team, Texas Speed. You for putting on the show, and John's mom, of course.
Always got to thank John's mom. Tyler forgot.
He'll get it next time.
Moody.
John's mom.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Moody, great run here tonight. Not a whole lot of competition for you, but I mean, I'll tell you what, you didn't just walk away in the heat race. Tyler was putting some pressure on you. Were you a little worried that if he got away from Lovelace that he might challenge you for the lead there?
Oh, of course. I mean, he's always been right there. It seems like the whole season, even though he's definitely had the last couple weeks he seems like he's had some rough luck, but he's definitely turned it up tonight, and he did what he needed to do. Kept me on my toes for sure in the heat race. But I mean, I had fun. I thought the night was pretty good. I kind of figured it was gonna be a pretty good track. It was tough to pass, but it was still like pretty good racing from second on back. So I think it was I think USA worked out pretty well and pretty fun. I think that was definitely a fun race for sure.
Yeah, Asher said he had fun. It sounds like everybody had fun tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But I had a feeling, we both had a feeling this was going to be a pretty fun race here tonight. Maybe we got to try the 4 or 5 next time to see if it promotes a little bit more passing. But definitely a dominant car out there tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I want to thank you for putting on this deal every week. It's been pretty fun, and we got 2 weeks left. So if you're out there watching, 2 weeks left, come join us 9:15 Monday nights. ARCA on Dirt, pretty fun car. Right now, honestly, the best thing on dirt right now going. So if you want some good racing, I would highly suggest it. Good job to Tyler and Zach for P2 and P3. I was fun racing those guys. You guys over at 3D Racing and everybody over in my Discord that raced tonight. And John's mom.
Scott was out there rooting for you tonight, Dobbs.
Of course he was. Oh, okay.
So-
Oh, wow. He actually watched the race.
Yeah, he
actually
was
watched the race
watching. He
outside of
was
the late model
watching.
race. Wow.
Yeah.
Very good. I have to
So-
go in there in a minute and give him a fit.
All right, guys. Thanks for putting on a show. I was smiling the whole time too. So have a good one, guys, and I will see. Tyler won't be there, but I'll see Lovelace and Moody tomorrow.
Yep. 10-4.
Thanks, Jibs.
Later, guys.
Go tomorrow.
All right, guys. I had to kick Lovelace out. He was too busy hanging out. He can't broadcast with me. Just picking on you, Lovelace. All right, so great racing here. We got a wild one here tonight at Kokomo as they are in the white flag lap right now. It is Jacob Fields out front, leading the way here in heat race number 2. Dustin Price in second. As they come out of turn number 4, it's going to be Fields, Hennigan, Price, T. Clem, Fox, Gunner. There's a lot of people I don't know. Simon, Brian Fisher, and Jay Shiver. I don't know. But I do think we are sending some people home here tonight. I think there is 2 extra cars, so we are going to have an LCQ. I'll tell you what. We have had a hell of a time with those ARCA cars. I am super excited about what we might do with those next. It has been a great showing. We will probably move the day to those and give it their own day and give a little bit more variety in those races. As we get ready for the LCQ top 4, going to transfer through. Let's go ahead and hit up tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it is going to be Randy Larson. Outside of him, it's going to be Simon Grills. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be Josh Holden with Jay Shearer? I don't know. Starting in the number 4 spot, going to be Racer Doubleday in that number 5 spot, and Brian Fisher in 6. Looks like only 3 cars are gritting up here for the LCQ. All these guys will make it here tonight unless somebody happens to start from the pits. Yeah, the 4th wide was crazy. I'm glad you had fun, Kenny. I'm glad you had fun. I know you had a couple rough ones. As these guys come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, we are going to be looking for that green flag. Yeah, the other guys, these other bottom split guys, all left. So all 3 of these guys are going to... Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I think that Tyler, if he found his way around Lovelace, might have given Moody a little bit of a run for his money, at least kept with him and kept Moody on his toes. He had the speed tonight, so it would have been interesting. It was just so hard to pass. Lovelace doing a phenomenal job minimizing the mistakes and taking that second place here tonight. But the racing was phenomenal as the green flag is out here in the LCQ. So we got a couple guys out here on the track that I am not familiar with at all. Normally do not make the top split, but it was only a single split here tonight. Randy out front, Josh in that number 2 spot in the 71, Simon Grills in 3rd. I'm glad it's all the guys that have easy names to talk about that stayed to show up. And it's weird to see. Oh, shoot. Somebody asked me, you thought so the ARCA race was not official. All the other races are official. Dalton, I don't know if you're still out there, bud. I was just doing the interview, so I didn't respond to you. Randy pulling away with this one as these guys battling for the number 2 spot. Simon Grills in that number 2 position. 10 laps here. This should be a pretty quick consi. And then we are going to get into tonight's 30-lap main event. Man, the consies have not been interesting tonight. Well, I don't know. The ARCA consi was interesting in its own way, as Simon is definitely struggling a little bit, but Holden not able to take advantage. All right, so right now Randy Larson leads the way. Simon Grills in second. Holders in third, just waiting for this one to finish up. They're pretty spread out right now. Larson continues to lead in that number 11 machine with 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go for these guys as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to get that 2 to go this time by. And I'll tell you what, Simon Grills is reeling in Randy Larson. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. Larson just needs to not make a mistake here. Simon Grills trying to close the gap, sends it in deep into turn number 1 and 2. Not able to make up the difference through 3 and 4. One last time. It is going to be Larson with the win. Simon Grills in second and Josh Holding in that number 3 spot. I'll tell you what, these guys are going to have to find a little bit of speed tonight, because they are going to get a ton of pressure from behind. All right, we are going to get ready for tonight's main event here as these guys get lined up on the track. Sorry, thought something was going on outside. As these guys are gridded up, let's go ahead and get ready for tonight's starting lineup. So we do have a bunch of familiar names in this one up towards the front. Starting on the pole here tonight, we watched them earlier. It's going to be Justin White starting on the pole, I believe, in that number 20 machine. We're going to take a look, get a little bit closer. Outside of him, it's going to be the 007 of Jacob Field. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 10 machine, it's going to be Alex Harper. Outside of him in the number 16, it's going to be Dustin Hennigan. Starting inside row number 3, it is going to be Mason Inman. Wow, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. Outside of him, it's going to be Dustin Price. Starting inside row number 4 here tonight, it is going to be Levi Fisher. Outside of him, it's going to be T. Clam. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight, it's going to be Keaton Holder. Outside of him, it's going to be Garrett Fox. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight as they get the 1 to go, it's going to be Randy Larson starting on the inside of row number 7. Simon Grills and 14th, Josh Holden and 15th, and Jay in that number 16 spot. He did not grid up as they look for the green flag into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as Justin White gets a nice jump. Harper into the number 2 spot. Great jump for him as they are 2 and 3, maybe 4 wide into turn number 3 and 4. We got one bottom feeding down on that bottom side as they come down into turn number 1 and 2. That's going to be the 17 of Levi Fisher as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's got that bottom side dig and bottom feeding through turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Thank God they did tires in and not tires out as they head through turn number 1 and 2. A little bit of contact with the wall for White. Harper's going to dive up underneath them. Harper looking for that spot. He's going to slide up in front of White. White's going to lose some ground. Harper in that number 10 machine trying to fight through. Here comes Hennigan in the 16. White going to slide up the track. They're going to be 3 wide for a second. White into the wall, down into turn number 3 and 4. Fisher continues to bottom feed as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, going to be all Fisher out front. Here comes Dustin Price in the number 33, trying to make up ground. White's made his way to the bottom, trying to make his way back forward as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Harper ripping that top side in that number 10. He's got Hennigan behind him as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It'll be interesting to see how these lanes change as Jacob Fields tries to make his way up through the field in that 007. So Fields fell back. He's down a couple spots right now, 4 spots in that 007, trying to make his way back forward. Gets tied up down on the bottom. Might have clipped that infield tire. Out of turn and number 2 down the back straightaway. It is all Levi Fisher leading the way. We're watching the battle for second on back. Harper's going to hold on to it as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 8 laps complete as they head into turn number 1 and 2. White's going to smoke the wall. They're going to cut up underneath them, and it's going to be Holder and Fields down on the bottom side as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Lap traffic coming up ahead as the leaders are nose to tail. Harper going to grab the wall. Hennigan going to close the gap out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. They're drifting. It looks like a drift challenge with those two as they are side by side into turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Lap car or slow car down on the bottom. No caution flag as they come out of turn number 2. Looks like it's Trey Baker. Baker going to pull off the track as Levi continues to lead the way. They got arguing going on in the back, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Lap traffic up ahead as they come out of turn number 4. What is, oh, we got one on his lid. Caution flag comes out. Oh, all right. So what happened there? So we're going to go into turn number, oh my God, he parked. Oh my God. You can't see those sliders there. You cannot see those sliders there as Justin White gets put on his lid. All right, so we got to back this up. This happened. So T-Clem throwing the slider here. It's kind of expected out of turn number 2. Or turn number 4 and turn number 2. You kind of expected late. Oh, he just could not cut it. And yeah, they get together down the back straightaway and bam, into the outside wall going into turn number 3. Justin White on his lid, upside down. He's going to have to take the tow. That is going to be the end of his night, I think, for the most part. T-Clem down on pit road, getting some damage repaired. Levi Fisher leading the way. All right, we got them racked, restacked as they come across the line. Going to be 1 to go as they come across the line. 1 to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Somebody's got a black screen. I'm not sure who it is. Oh, it's going to be the 17. He's going to stop. It's Levi Fisher. Stops into turn number 1 and 2. The whole field stops. The whole field stops as Levi Fisher is stopped at turn number 1 and 2. I don't know what this is going to do. Oh, I gotta, who? What's his nut? Oh, we got the drama in the chat. As they head, Colin Murphy won the opener. I don't know what we got going on here. We got a mess. I guess the green flag is back. Oh no, it's not. They had to catch the lap car. Oh my God, this is getting a little wild. This is getting a little wild here as it looks like Justin White able to get back out on the track. Jacob Fields now has the lead. I think. I don't know what is going on. I have no clue what is going on right now. We might end up dishing out a lot of black flags. Let's find out. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Not really sure how Fields ended up with the lead. No black flags given out on that one as they come down into turn at number 3 and 4. I'll tell you what, Fields has had a lot of bad luck here lately. He's got to be happy to get that gift as Hennigan's to the outside as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. I don't know where anybody is that's supposed to be up at the front. We had some great racing up front as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Hennigan leads the way. Fields back to the number 2 spot. Dustin Price in 3rd. Garrett Fox in 4th. Harper all the way back to 5th. That definitely screwed him up. He was in the number 2 spot as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Harper's got some speed, looking for him to move his way up through the field as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, 17 laps complete as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Harper trying to get up underneath the 14. 14 is getting run over from behind into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, going to be Dustin Hennigan continuing to lead the way. Jacob Fields in 2nd. Dustin Price in 3rd. Levi Fisher in that number 4 spot. Harper in 5th. So Harper's going to need a little bit of help. He's going to need a caution flag here, and he really wants it now with that 2x2 start, I'm pretty sure, as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He's not going to get it as they come across the line. 10 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Hennigan continues to lead and pull away. This is the battle on the track as Harper tries to catch Levi Fisher through turn number 3 and 4. This was the battle for the lead before the caution flag. Then Fisher said he had his screen went out, and it definitely bit both of them, put them both back in the pack as they continue to run nose to tail. Harper is gaining ground, but the wall keeps grabbing him in turn number 1 and 2. How'd Justin White get all the way back up towards the front? He was on his lid a little while ago. Now he's up to the number 6 spot as they head into 1 and 2. Here comes T. Clem fighting back in the number 97 as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. This might be the battle to watch as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Dustin Hennigan leading the way. Fields in 2nd. Price in 3rd. Out of turn number 2, down the back out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Looks like Keaton Holder getting up in the mix as they are jawing each other on the track as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by White. Oh, T. Clem going to get the run out of turn number 2. Takes the spot away as Holder's going to follow him through. White falls back into that number 7 spot. He's going to slide up underneath Holder. Slides into turn number 1 and 2. Cut down by T. Clem. T. Clem going to cut back down as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail as this is the battle for 6th. Down into turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Justin White trying to close the gap through turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. It's going to be Hennigan out front. Here comes White. White's going to come with the slider in turn number 1 and 2. Big cut down by T. Clem. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. T. Clem going to roll the bottom. Here comes White down low. White's going to slide out of 4. It kills T. Clem out of 4. It's going to be Hennigan, Fields, Price, Fisher, Harper. Your top 5. That was dumb. All right. It is going to be Hennigan with the win. Jacob Fields in 2nd. Dustin Price in 3rd. Going to be Levi Fisher in that number 4 spot. Harper in 5th. Going to be Justin White in 6th. Holder in 7th. T. Clem in 8th. Going to be Mason Inman in that number 9 spot. Garrett Fox in 10th. Holden in 11th. Going to be Gunner in that number 12 spot. Grills in 13th. Larson 14th. Baker 15th. And Jay did not start. All right. We'll see if anybody shows up in the Discord here. Let's see. Fields has got my Discord. I don't know if Dustin does. Hennigan, I believe, does. We'll see if they show up or not. They're too busy arguing.
We both have Speed Wrench on the car means we're teaming up together. Well, yeah, we're on the same team, but that doesn't mean anything about what happened. They might have. And that's because the TN up on me in the heat race. Don't say anything about team run.
I didn't touch you in the heat race, dumbass. I don't know why you got to take it out on me. And then I pass you. I leave you the lane. You hit your brakes, and then you go in.
First of all, I didn't say anything about you and he. We were talking about team driving, so clear out the. Second of all, you didn't leave me the lane. You threw it right.
You hit the brakes. Of course I'm going to take the line when you hit the brakes. I was leaving you the line.
Watch me play again, just a second.
Anybody got some popcorn? Let me know in the chat. I don't think Dustin's going to show up, so that's going to be the end of this one as we are going to get ready for the end of the night. And we got Texas Speed tomorrow night at Dover. That's going to be a wild one. You guys don't want to miss that. It is going to definitely be wild. Tires are going to be an issue. We'll see how that one goes. That's going to be it for tonight. As always, until next time. Oh, there's Dustin. Never mind. We got Dustin. I was wondering if you were going to make it in here. Hold on. Let me mute them. As funny as it is. All right. Did you bring popcorn?
No.
That was a fuckery split. I'll tell you that. Oh my God. Good win. You definitely had the speed. I feel bad for Harper because I felt like he had the speed too. Get that caution flag there, and whatever happened on the caution, I guess I don't really know. We can only assume, but good run for you. Works out for you. You got to get around fields, take that lead, and drive yourself into victory lane tonight.
Yeah, me and Harper are running down Levi before the caution, and I don't know, it's going to be hard to pass him with light traffic, but we were quick, and then we had, I don't know what happened on that restart. They all went to the back, Fields got put in front of me, and just jumped up to the top and let her eat.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people, I think, are doing that VLR race, the spring fling in the summer, which makes a lot of sense. But we won't talk about that. But so we ended up with a single split here tonight. So lap traffic was definitely interesting and would have been really interesting if we didn't get that caution flag with some of those slower drivers. I'm assuming that you're saying they probably would have taken up that bottom side, which would have been your only other option to pass tonight.
Yeah, they were kind of running the middle, bottom, and to throw a slider, you couldn't throw one on him. The only way you could probably get by him if he hit the wall or try to maybe get a good cut down.
Well, great run here tonight. It looked good out there for you. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, everybody at TNL, and you for broadcasting this.
Appreciate you, Dustin. Good win. I know you needed it.
Thank you.
All right, bud. All right. Now that's going to be the end as Dustin came in to see us. Appreciate him for jumping in here late. You know, I like talking to those guys. I like giving them the opportunity and giving you guys an opportunity to learn some of these drivers. But that is going to be it for tonight. As always, until next time, be safe and have a good night.